Tell me you had a rough day at work without telling me you had a rough day at work. I'll go first. 2 weeks ago, I get to my job, important meeting. Everybody got to be there, me and my whole team. And we get told we're being made redundant. Fun, ain't it? First time in my life that I've lost my job. So, very weird feeling. Overall, feels like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders, and I'll go into that a little bit later. But 2 months ago, my son was born. So that lit a fire under my ass in a way that I don't think anybody will understand. But a lot of you have been through the journey yourselves. But instead of immediately looking for a job or jumping into another job, because I've had a couple of offers, I've decided to give myself 90 days to try and build something. And it's the first time in my life that I felt like I finally have a real purpose. This channel is going to document that journey, the successes, the failures, and everything that goes with it. Who am I? My name is Luka. I'm from Belgrade, Serbia. I grew up in South Africa. To any of my South African friends watching, what's up? To any of my Serbian friends watching, deste ljudi. I spent a decade working, like I said, in customer support roles, in management roles for the past 7 years, logistics, all different fields, iGaming, and it's overall felt like losing myself. Even though you grow in your career, you feel like you're losing yourself a little bit. I don't know if anybody can relate to that. If you can, drop it down in the comments. I would love to hear your story as well. But it's finally time for me to do something for myself. And I feel like the fact that my son was born so recently should scare me more. But in fact, it actually makes me more excited about this journey, because I'm not just doing this for myself. I'm doing this for my family. I want to buy an apartment. I want to buy a home at the seaside. I want to buy that boat. For you who's watching, who knows about the boat, we'll get that boat. I'm a millennial who's watched a lot of the world go by, including the dot-com boom. Well, I was very young for that, so couldn't really be involved in that. The dot-com boom, the Bitcoin era, content creator era, streamer era, which I had a little cameo in, but that's put on hold for now. Like most people, I've had ideas for years, and I've always been afraid to jump headfirst and take action on them. There's always different fears, that kind of lead us, but there's so many people doing things, and there's never been an easier time to get started building. And when I say building, I mean building apps, a SaaS product. There's a lot of ideas I have that I want to get out. Right now, I'm currently building 2 apps, and we'll go into that a little bit later. But why now? Losing my job has forced me to think a little bit differently. Getting my son, since my wife and I had our first child recently, I don't want to spend the next 10 years thinking about what if. It's not something that I want to pass me by anymore. I want to take action and get moving. So this is my attempt. There's never going to be a perfect time. Like I said, the challenge is I'm giving myself 90 days, build as many apps and products as I can, documenting the entire journey, the successes, the failures, the wins, the marketing, the ASO, the revenue if there is any, which there will be. And that's the whole idea. Building in public. It's really, really intimidating, but this is something that I feel like I have to do. What to expect from the channel? In the beginning, daily vlogs. I want to do 30 days of daily vlogs. I'm going to show you the building of my app, launching the products, App Store submissions, and Google Play Store submissions, marketing attempts, revenue, what it looks like, the whole procedure and all of the things we have to do. I want to show you. And I want to show you that while raising a newborn, trying to get back in shape, because as you can see, your boy has struggled since pregnancy. And my wife hears that, she's going to kill me, since the ladies struggle a lot more than we do. We just struggle with our weight. I don't know if this is going to work. I genuinely don't. But I'll probably go back in 20 years' time and think, why didn't I try? Why didn't I try that business? Why didn't I try make that? Maybe I end up looking for another job in the next 3 months. Maybe I get a great offer and I take it and still build anyways on the side. Either way, I'm going to document the process, honestly. This is day 1. Side note, I want to pay homage to Mark Liu, the creator who had a challenge to build a SaaS product to 1 million ARR, annual recurring revenue. He released a video yesterday where he did it, man. He freaking did it, which is awesome. And shows a lot of us that it's possible. And I'm starting this journey because he's probably one of my biggest inspirations. People are going to flame me probably as well. They flamed him on Twitter. They were hacking his app. They were DDoSing his server. They were doing a bunch of stuff to, get him to fix his app in general, but could have been done a different way. But Twitter's like that. People are like that. That's what building in public is, I guess. And it's going to be hard. And, not impossible. It's going to be hard. But, he showed us we can do it. There's never been a time like now to build stuff. Build anything. You've got AI coding agents, Cursor, Codex, Claude Code. You have so much AI tools that can help you. Claude Design. And it just shows that it's possible now. Not everybody has to be a programmer or a developer or, you know, a software engineer to build these things. It doesn't take you that long anymore. Not everything's gonna be great. Some of it's gonna be slop. Not mine, not his in general, but just people's work out there. I hate to say it, but some of it's just AI slop and it's lame. Maybe some of mine becomes AI slop, you know? Maybe nobody likes my ideas, but at the end of the day, I don't care. I'm building it for myself, and I'm building it because build things you want to use and people will use them. Big shout out to Mark Liu. Thank you for the inspiration. And let's dive into the apps. Let me show you what I'm building. Okay, what we're building right now is an app called Chorey. And we're deep in the redesign of the UI because I'm not enjoying what the UI made for me in general before. So I had to redesign the entire UI with Claude Design. And I have something that, this is the simulator right now. This is not what the app's gonna look like. So it's not really a valid example. We're gonna have the whole design is already done, and Claude Design is phenomenal at doing this. So Chorey teaches kids to spend, save, and give. Big idea, every dollar splits 3 ways. 40% spend, 40% save, and 20% give. Savings stay locked. There is no spend button. That's how the habit sticks, right? There's a parent setup screen, which is the initial setup, and then the parents will let the kids join via their own phones to do the chores. Family setup, this is just the basic onboarding, adding the kids, budget and split, which you can change monthly, weekly, add how much your budget cap is, and you can go over it. You can change the split if you like, you know, but this is what we recommend. The first chores, you can add them, and then we'll go ahead and add 3 chores. You can add where giving goes. So you can give to animal shelters, clean oceans, children's hospitals, city food banks. You can give it to homeless people if you find them on the street and that's something that you would like to do. Yeah, then you're all set. This is just the onboarding flow. And yeah, overall, I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'll show you guys what everything does. But yeah, this is something that I want to use. This is something that I want to show my kid one day how to use, and teach him about saving, teach him about spending, and teach him about giving back. A little bit of philanthropy ain't never hurt nobody. So jokes aside, it's a wonderful way to teach children to manage their money. So yeah, that's what it looks like right now. The other app I'm not going to be showing you since the other app is not ready. The other app is going to be a pet tracker, which has some sort of idea right now, but the UI isn't ready, and I'm not going to be showing you something that's not ready to be shown at all. The pet tracker is going to be able to track everything for your pets. Walks, poops, food, vet visits, all that stuff. So yeah, I know apps like these already exist. I don't need people in the comments telling me that already. I want to make these and I want to use them. So overall, that's what we're doing. Thanks everybody for sticking by this long through the video. I'm gonna go now take my beautiful dog for a walk. So yeah, I'm gonna take her for a walk. I'm gonna head on out. Thank you everybody for sticking to this long. I'm gonna see you tomorrow for day 2, where I'll go into a little bit more detail about some things. Yeah, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.